you doing?
I'm behind schedule, so I'll have to hustle through the hoax hate here.
Okay.
And now, the nobody saw it happen, but it's totally a product of Trump's America hoax hate crime of the week.
Ah, shit, it's backwards. You think they'll notice?
I have not seen a good visual to confirm if it is in fact backwards, but in Staten Island, NYPD have arrested a 17-year-old male for vandalizing a parking garage with graffiti, specifically with, yes, a swastika. The perp was caught on surveillance camera. There he is, top center of the screen in the red. I guess Sharpieing a swastika on some sign on the post there. And there's a closer image of him calling for some sort of escape driver or something like that. Now, it's hard to get a good visual on that particular on that particular person, but he's not just a minor. There's no identification of him because he is a minor. He's 17, but he's a minor of color. So this minor of color is now facing aggravated harassment hate crime charges. So the incident itself happened March 1st. The arrest was made in early April. Police are seeking a second car in connection with this event. So yes, while mass shooters are walking around the city freely, police resources are being spent on finding a second car that's connected to a guy who sharpied a swastika on a parking garage pillar. New York City, it's completely unlivable. We have the Sharpie swastikas under control.
Yeah.
Almost swastika free. Just watch out for Frank James at the pizza shop or whatever.
What a waste of time. He has to turn himself in. Jeez.
Now, this story is somewhat lengthy and kind of involved, but it's really bizarre. So in Carborough, North Carolina, the owners of a coffee shop called Present Day on Main have temporarily closed their business while they launch a fundraiser to enhance their security with cameras, as well as to set up a racial equity fund after an assault they claim happened earlier in the month. So the owners are an interracial lesbian married couple.
What? Okay.
Satoria Shepperson and Sophie Suberman. The coffee shop was closed for a private event for Suberman's birthday on April 3rd. So they say, the owners, that a white woman came in just after 4:30 p.m., came into the coffee shop despite the fact that it was closed, and walked up to the counter. The white woman was asked to leave but did not. They say the woman put a card for the campaign of Aja Kelleher for city council on the shop counter, and then she went to the bathroom. Party guests, after she left the bathroom, joined and asked this woman to leave, but the woman protested and became aggressive, getting into the black owner's face. A friend stepped between the shop owner and the aggressive woman. The woman then left the store, yelling from the parking lot that she was calling 911. The aggressive woman has been identified as Marla Benton. The claim of assault against her is that she hit the shop guests with the door on her way out.
For fuck's sake, come on.
Somehow she beat people with a door. Sounds more like she just opened a door and it maybe grazed somebody. But the coffee shop owners have not provided additional details about the assault or any injuries to them or their guests. The shop owners say that the police were no help when they arrived 30 minutes later. The shop owners say the cops, quote, victim blamed, implying the cop told them it was in fact their fault. The officer spoke with Benton, this is the allegedly aggressive woman, on the phone, and advised her that she, in fact, could file assault charges against the owners of the coffee shop if she wanted to. So far, it does not appear that she has. But what's the other side of this story? If the police officer is speaking with this Benton woman who is accused, right, she probably has another side. So she says it was all just a misunderstanding and it wasn't racially motivated. She was at a friend's funeral that day, and afterwards she went to the coffee shop to meet a friend for coffee. And she didn't see a sign on the door saying that the shop was closed because she came through the back door, which she has done as a customer of this establishment since the 80s. The shop used to be under different ownership and management. She says she was asked to leave, and she had her purse and other items on the counter, and one of those items was this campaign card that she didn't mean to leave there. She just accidentally did, she said. And she used the bathroom on her way out. And apparently her using the bathroom was what infuriated everybody inside. She used the bathroom. She called a friend to say they needed a new spot for their coffee meeting because this one's closed. And when she left the bathroom, she says she was aggressively chased out of the shop. And this was made into some kind of racial issue, and she was hateful and all this. Because of this silliness, there's a GoFundMe campaign for the shop. It's raised $10,000.
Why?
And he's seeking 25 grand overall because a Ring doorbell kit costs 25 grand. The assault charge against Benton that the owners are trying to bring has yet to be served as of this reporting on Monday, so it doesn't sound like that's even going to happen. But yes, an unknowing white woman walked into a closed coffee shop, and this became
That's all.
The racial crime against an interracial married lesbian couple. The racial crime that has closed a beloved neighborhood business for weeks while they raised tens of thousands of dollars to buy a security camera, which would probably, in this case, I'm guessing based on the officer's judgment, show footage that would actually potentially incriminate the coffee shop owners and exonerate the woman who's accused. But I'm sure they're going to get a fancy camera set up and not go full Patrice colors on this, and maybe build maybe do a few home improvement projects with the money or something like that.
Who is donating to this?
I don't know. I can't believe it's raised that much money. But even this story's a week old, and it's still raking in significant contributions within the last 24 hours.